Number 9, don't prejudge people. This is a really interesting one. You know, when we ask people like, hey, awesome, you want to do business? Great. Like, you need a list of people you're going to contact. Like, you do need to recruit. You need to reach out, right? So working on your business is this. Talking to people who aren't yet in your business about getting into your business and asking closing questions. So you need a plan. Like, who are you going to talk to, right? Really, typically when someone new does something like this, they have a very short list. And you're like, that's all the people you know? Yeah. What they did is when you asked them to make a list, they made a list of people that they were supremely confident needed it, would say yes, and people I have influence over. Does that make sense? And that's not really what we're interested in. You need to think of it differently, especially if you have a product that helps people's health, right? It's like we then have I would say, moral obligation to at least allow everyone to make their own decision, right? When I decide I'm not going to tell someone about it, I'm robbing them of their right to make up their own mind. That makes sense? You'd be shocked who actually does something with the business. I'll give you a couple examples on both ends of the spectrum. Years ago, I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm hanging out with my business partner and we're at this guy's house. Stuart is the guy who owns the house and we're working on this network marketing business together. Well, my business partner says to me, he goes, do you know Stuart is worth $50 million? I'm like, $50 million? Dang, Stuart, like you're killing it. Not from network marketing, just in business, like oil and all sorts of different things. And I was curious. I'm like, because I didn't think people who were worth a lot of money did network marketing, right? So I asked Stuart, I go, Stuart, why would you do network marketing? And he goes, looked at me, he goes, like I was dumb. He goes, okay, low startup cost, high income potential, no overhead, no employees, great tax benefits. He goes, this is an awesome business. I'm like, that's why you're worth $50 million, right? Guess what? Successful people with money, you know what they like? They like to make money. Often also people who are very successful or who are making money, you know what they don't have? They don't have any freedom. Man, they built something that gave them income, but they had no freedom to it. Interesting. Reminds me of a story. I was once in between successful businesses. I was a limousine driver. And I was driving Taylor Swift's concert promoter. So late one night, I picked this guy up from his private jet. And he's sitting in the back with an employee. And you can tell he's a little bit drunk. And he says to her, he goes, I like who I am, but I don't like who I am. I'm like, well, it kind of perks my ears up. I'm like, what's he talking about? He goes, like, I like that I'm so successful and what I have. He goes, but I don't like what I had to do to get it, and I can't quit. Yeah, so a lot of times successful people, it's like I knew of a gentleman, the reason he got into doing network marketing, because he was a dentist and a pharmacist and had a successful practice. And he went skiing one weekend and he broke his leg. Guess what he had to do? In his cast, he had to continue doing dentistry. Why? Because his overhead was so high, he couldn't not work, right? So a business, in the strict sense of it, a business means that I can go away on vacation and my business still produces income. If it doesn't, then I'm a self-employed business owner. I'm not an actual business owner. So a lot of successful people, they would love a little more freedom. Or they would love like a side hustle. They would love to hang out with positive people. They would like to actually do something that matters, right? So don't rob those people of the opportunity. On the other end of the spectrum, don't prejudge people on their ability to do it. I remember years ago, I started this business and I was with friends of mine, and these friends, we love them, but they had had nothing but tragedy in their life. I think they had been on food stamps their entire adult life. And they're like, we're going to do the business. And they didn't have any money. So they pre-sold product to get the money to start their business for $1,000. And I'm like, okay. I was nervous. I'm like, this is not going to go well. I'm nervous that they just spent money and they're not going to be successful. Guess what? She ended up making a 6-figure income from that. Totally changed her lives, retired her husband. And, interesting, she doesn't make a 6-figure from that company anymore, but it changed her belief in what was possible. Interesting, right? So we're not going to prejudge people, right? So if you're hesitant in telling people about it, realize you're doing it. There's one or two things. You're prejudging that they're going to say no. You're going to allow their no to put shame on you, right? And let's not do that. Let's not rob people of the opportunity to make up their own mind, okay? And if you don't have the confidence in talking to people, partner with someone successful in the airline and borrow their confidence. You can borrow confidence and experience and success from people who you partner with. Does that make sense? You're like, but I haven't made any money. I can't talk to that person. Okay, cool. Well, get them on the phone with somebody who is doing well, right? Get them on the phone with somebody who has bulletproof confidence. Get them on the phone with somebody who can answer all their questions. So a lot of times your contact may not respect you, but they like you. And if you can connect them with somebody else, this other business partner of yours can actually help you build your business. And that is a huge asset that very few people take advantage of. So that's lesson number 9. Don't prejudge potential prospects.